That is a record. Welcome, one and all. I'm just going to sort out my video here, then I've got the chat coming up, which I do now. Perfect. There we go. That's a first. I'm on time. More viewers than you usually get straight away, and 4 likes. That makes me very happy. How is everyone? How am I going to do it? Off the camera? And I'm going to do it on here. Right, Jack Star, good evening everyone. How are we? All good. Glenn, greetings one and all. Jack Star, hey up Glenn, how are we doing? Glenn, hi Jack, surviving, thank you. Glenn, you're number 1. You've got a number 1 crown tonight. That's the first time that's happened. It's usually Jack. Adam Fente's got a 3. Hey Jack Star, hey Glenn. Glenn, hi Adam. Well, there you go. I'm up to speed on those. And I've lost 3 viewers. Must have been something I said. Now it's 6. It is fluctuating. Well, I know Glenn's here. How you doing, Glenn? I know Jack's here. How are you, Jack? And I know Adam is here. How are you, Adam? Adam, September, feeling interesting so far, feeling optimistic about 2026. Well, that's very good. You should always be like, "Way, Jack Star. Brother in arms, I salute you, sir." I salute you, mate, and the right way. Thank you very much for that, Jack. That's a wonderful, thank you very much, mate. That's going in what we call it, the Jack Star barrel these days. How is life with you, Jack? And why are you optimistic, Adam? Really appreciate that, Jack. Thank you, mate. Jim's made it this week. How are you, Jim? Good, thanks. Hi, Jim. There we are. So we've got Glenn, we've got Jim, we've got Jack, we've got Adam. Jack Star, I'm good, well in bits, too much work. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, so they say. But equally, as my old grandmother used to say, bless her, can't remember what she used to say now, nothing worthwhile is easy, Jack. At the end of it, you'll be a billionaire by Christmas. I'd say a millionaire, but you're probably already a millionaire. Is that problems with the old hydrogen thing, or is it something else? The legend that is Jim. Hey, pal. Yes, the legend is Jim. Yes. Mr. Pendergast. A character from a, what do they call him? Charles Dickens novel, Mr. Pendergast. So that's the physical side, by the way. Adam Fente, thinking about some new work opportunities for next year, but we will see. Well, if you're thinking about work and you're optimistic, then I take my hat off to you, because whenever I think about work, I get a bit depressed. It's but there we go. Are you back in where, Hertfordshire yet, Jack? And where are you? Are you at your apartment, Adam? In Siem Reap? 8 likes. I'm enjoying tonight. Jack's been ever generous. We got the 8 there. 8 likes, 9 thumbs up. Talk to me, Simon. How are you doing, Brent? I said to Ellen when we got back from the bingo last night, talk to me. What have I done? She said, have you said something to upset him? I said, no, talk to him. I'm talking to you, Brent. How are you, brother? How long have you been back now? Must be over a week, isn't it? Jack Star, working on this land to get ready for farm installation. There you go. There you go. The project that's going to, the new project with the new hydrogen. It's exciting stuff, mate. Exciting stuff. Jack, yeah, I'm here. So that means you're in where? Where are you, Jack? Are you in where? Glenn, hi, Brent. Yeah, Glenn's been watching me from the beginning, Brent. He watches you as well. There you go. But everyone watches Brent these days. Adam Fente, just got back to my apartment in Siem Reap, going to give up the lease in 2 months, though, in November. Did you sign for 1 year or for just a short lease, was it? Tim is in the house. Jim, Tim, Adam, Glenn, Simon, Jack, Cuthbert, Dibble and Grubb. What was that? Camberwick Green? The fireman. Barney McGraw, anyway, I can't remember it now, but I know where you're coming from. Jack Star, I've been looking at business class flight around January. Will that work? No, I'll be very disappointed if you come business class in January, Jack. You've got to come first class, mate. First class. Don't go business class. Good Lord. Yeah, January will work, mate. January will work. We get back. When do we get back? We get back from Vietnam on the 3rd or the 4th. So yeah, from after the first week of January, we will be here. Yeah, 100%. Look at we got Tim coming, we got Jack coming, we got Glenn coming. I should start working for the Dumagetti Tourist Board. I should get a commission off this. Who are you going to fly with though? And where are you going to fly to? Cebu or to Manila? Jim, thinking about our next trip, probably Jan for 6 months. I didn't know you were going to stay there till January. You're going to stay that long, are you? I thought you were going to get back before then. Wow. You're going to brave a little bit of the winter. Mind, it doesn't get really cold, does it, until February onwards. Brent's trip been great. 8 days. 8 days. I've got to watch it. I haven't watched your most recent video. I've been a hectic week this week. We've been out every night. But I saw it the other night, the one... I'm sure it must have been clickbait. You've made a mistake, or the Philippines is not how you remember it. I will make a point of watching that tonight. Glenn, hi Tim. Tim, hi Glenn. Adam Fensey. Once I head to Vietnam, thinking about Ho Chi Minh City in December for New Year, then I'll move back up to Da Nang in January. Well, guess what? We will be in Ho Chi Minh City over Christmas and the New Year. So, if you want to grab a beer, mate, give me a call. I think we arrive on the 24th. I think we're coming back on the 3rd. Jackstar, well, I didn't want to show off. I wonder how much see, I think it's struggled to fly first class here, to be honest with you, because I mean, you must be able to, but a lot of the flights these days seem to have business class. I've not been on a flight in a while to the Philippines or Thailand, which actually had a first class. I think it's the big ones, aren't they? I have never flown first class in my life. I very much doubt I ever will. I've done business class a few times, but never paid for it. It's always been, you know, I just use my air miles. Jim, you visiting Duma? Jim won't come over. It's too hard. It's too far for him. I don't have that pulling power to get Jim across from Luzon, sadly. Jackstar, hi Brent. I've been watching your channel, but do need to catch up. It's a very good channel. Sounds like a plan. Looking forward to it, Adam. Looking forward to it, mate. I'm hoping Ho Chi Minh, it's supposed to be quite a wild city, that's why we're going there for the nightlife. Hopefully, Christmas and New Year, it's going to be a bit livelier than it usually is. Don't know what to expect, to be honest with you, because I don't know how much they celebrate Christmas over there. I know they'll celebrate New Year, but it should be fun. If Brent's still there, Brent, we're moving this weekend. We'll have to, I've been working out. I don't think the place is big enough for parties, like as in having a housewarming. So I think we're going to have a few dinner guests, maybe 4 or 6 at a time. So we'll have to pop you down for coming over. You can bring your good lady and we'll get Jeff over. That'll be a fun night with Jeff, providing the entertainment. Jackson, I think Emirates seems a good deal. Yeah, I flew out here with Emirates. That's where I came out when I came out here. It's a nice flight. You go to Abu Dhabi, didn't you? And then over, yeah. That was, and they had a special on at the time. Believe it or not, Emirates was not only the best flight in terms of times, it was also the cheapest. I think I got out here for 450 quid. That was economy, not business class. But since then, I've looked occasionally when Ellen and I have had a row and never seen that price again. Jim, not sure, Glenn. So awkward to get there, but we'll get there one day. There you go, you see. I don't blame you, Jim. I'm not worth the journey, mate, to be honest with you. One day we might turn up in a canoe with Luzon, mate. Brent, okay, let me know. I will, mate, once we get moved in, we'll sort something out. I'm sure I can cook burgers or something. It's, we've got a lot of cooking equipment now. We've been bragging now we've got a kitchen which is all fitted out, we can cook stuff. But it's only coming to the realisation that neither of us can actually cook, but we'll do something. I'll order pizzas. Glenn, Jim, sounds good. Jack Star, you're very welcome, sir. Like I said to Simon, it's more the character of the host as well as the content, which says a lot. Keep it up, pal. That's probably why no one's watching my channel anymore. I don't have the character and I don't have the content. Adam Fente, fireworks by the Saigon River should be beautiful. Yes, I think they're going to have that there, aren't they? Yeah. I'm not sure. I've not really looked at the geography yet. We're staying on, I'm going to pronounce it wrong now, Bienvenue Street, you know, which is their walking street, because I wanted to stay bang smack on the street, but I don't know how close that is to the river, but can't be that far. Must be some part of the river in District 1. Glenn, you have Rose, LOL. Brent, gotta run, fellas. Y'all behave. See you later, Brent. Thanks for popping by, mate. And now, the comments have dried up. So what have you been up to, you party people? Anyone been doing anything exciting? We haven't done much. Oh, one thing I should tell you now, I have to say this. I think I'm going to have to change the live night, because Ellen has fallen in love with bingo, and I promised her we'll go next week. And in the week after that, I'm doing a music quiz at Sideways. So I think Tuesday's going to have to change the live to a Monday or a Wednesday. I don't know if anyone's got any preferences on that one, but we'll see. I think Tuesday's going to become impossible, because she loved the bingo last night. Even though she didn't win anything. However, when we move to the new place, I don't have the echo problem, I'll probably do quite a few more lives. Jack was saying do some more lives at different times. When we move in the new place, I'll probably do them. I'll do a few people, a few of the American subscribers have said, can't you do them at a different time? So probably do one, I don't know, in the mornings on a Saturday and like a Wednesday in the evening or whatever. I don't know. We will suck it and see. 13 people watching and 10 likes. That's good on the likes. Glenn, cheers, Brent. Glenn, bingo fiends. Yeah. It was all right. I didn't enjoy it as much, Ellen. It'll get better, I think. There was a few guys that came, like none of us been before. I got a little crew going because she wanted to go. And it was all right. I think the women enjoyed it more than the guys. Trouble was, they've got a machine that does the calling. And the guy who owns it, bless him, he was trying to do a bit of but he didn't really know what he was doing. He's still in his early days. But they reckon they're going to get a proper bingo caller, some singer or whatever. Be better if they have a bingo caller. But they had the proper pens, you know, the blotters and that, so you didn't have to do circles and that. It was fun. Very good food as well. Great food for McGee's. My favourite restaurant now. They did, and they were doing specials. I think it was 999 pesos for unlimited chicken wings for two and a bucket of beer. And you got 5 beers and unlimited chicken wings for £14. Can't fault that, can you? And I won a tequila shot, but I never got it. There you go. I got the 4 corners. That's the only thing I won. Adam Fente, better get a hotel a street or two next to Bouvienne, a couple of minutes walking distance. Well, I know what you're saying. We've got one. It's about 100 metres, and they said it's a bit noisy. But I have never seen a hotel. We're all staying in different places. A couple of the guys have got an apartment about 500-800 metres away. Another one's got one a couple of kilometres away. But I don't want to be mucking around with grabs and bolts and that. And the hotel we're staying in, it's a brand new one, and it had 68 reviews, and the lowest it got was 9.5. I've never seen such good reviews in a hotel. And 2 of them said it is noisy at night because it's next to a nightclub, and that goes on till 2:30 in the morning. But even though it was noisy, they would stay there again because the hotel's so good. So I said, that's done it for me. I'm happy staying there. Because we won't be in bed before. We're never going to be back that time of night anyway. We'll probably be in the club downstairs. So, and during the day, it's supposed to be really quiet. Jack Star later, Brent. Glenn, glad the bingo went down well. Yeah, the women loved it. Because everyone there was in couples. Jack Star, doesn't matter what day for me, brother, I'll be there. Hey, good man, good man. I thought you were talking about when we got back. Fantastic, appreciate that, Jack. Yeah, does anyone else have a preference? It's a difficult one. I might have to rotate them a bit because there's a quiz on a Monday night, which I go and play in sometimes. And then the bowls is on a Wednesday. So something's got to give. But I think I've given up on a Monday night quiz. I haven't enjoyed the last couple. And the bowling I haven't been for a while. It's... Jim, food sounds a bargain. Yeah, the food is a bargain, and it's good food there. They do the best burger, and one of the guys' wives, she ordered nachos, and she said try those because she knows I like nachos, and they were top drawer. They really were top drawer. I think we're going to spend a lot more time going to Fibbers going forward because don't really go there much. I go to side. There's other places I go to, but just because I've got used to them. But the reality is, I think Fibbers is probably going to be our go-to place a couple of nights a week at least now. Jack Star, bingo social buddy, happy days. Yeah, bingo. It's not as polished as the old, what do they call them, gala in the UK. Never been to one of them. But I tell you a lot, I've been to one. When I'm in the security company, we fitted cameras at a couple of them, but I've never actually been there to play. Bingo I did was like, as a kid, your grandma and that, like in the village hall kind of things at the Catholic club and that. Never been to like, the professional bingo place. I don't know what they're like. Riggy, hi, have you seen the BBC doco latest hit piece on Thailand, Pattaya in particular? Hello, Ricky, welcome on board. No, I haven't seen that. Is that like, is that just been on the TV, is it? What conclusions did they come to? When you say latest hit piece, do you mean it's like it set them up or what? What do you mean? Don't know if I'm getting no more comments now. Get my screen up on here. Oh, I've got the comments down here. Don't know why they freeze up on the phone sometimes. Jim, same as Jackstar, anytime suits. Fantastic. Glenn, I'm flexible too with reference to days. See, I've got all this now, the WRT. I used to struggle with that. I'm picking it up slowly but surely. What did Brent did one on my last video, and I can't think what it was. It was basically F about, get found out or whatever, but I had to Google that. So Jack's back to the 1 crown. Glenn is on the 2 crown. Jackstar 1. On your sleepless nights, get the lives going to see what works. Yeah, no, I will do. Hopefully I will do. It's just, I've never been to Vietnam, so I don't know what to expect in terms of the internet and all that. Because neither of my phones take an eSIM. Ellen, I got one for Ellen on her iPhone, and that was great. And I bought, I think it was a DTAC at the airport in Pattaya, and that was fantastic. I've seen they sell them. You can get an E1 and that for Vietnam, but no idea what the internet's going to be. That's one of the reasons why I booked our hotel as well. This brain is supposed to have good internet. But yeah, no, mate, I'm going to do. I'm kicking myself that I didn't do more, views and more videos and more things when I was actually in Thailand instead of doing it afterwards. Because I never really recovered. Once you drop down and you don't produce content, the algorithm stops pushing you. So I'm not going to make that mistake again. I'm going to do a few lives there, mate. And I don't think people really mind if there's music on in the background. I'm always worried about the noise, but, I don't think people mind too much. If there's a bit of noise, a bit of noise. Glenn, favourite from Brent. Yeah. Fuck around, find out. That was it. FAFO. Jackstar. Oh, I do like a bit of bowling. Thought that was all day's Sunday gig. No, it's Sundays and Wednesdays. Sunday was always the original day. And Wednesday, they started doing that. And now they do both. But I do wonder how long they'll keep doing that, because originally Sunday was the big day. And it was often there would be brownouts on Sundays, so like it was heaving, you'd know everyone there. It used to be like a real social gathering place. But now they're doing the Wednesdays and the Sundays. It's kind of split it. Wednesdays is usually a bit busier than the Sunday, but you don't get the same numbers. It's not quite the event it used to be. But if you like a bit of bowling, mate, we will go. We will go down there and we will play. We will play. I do like a bit of Batang. I don't know why they don't have an actual... I've never played green bowls, you know, lawn greens. I've only played 10-pin bowling, which I enjoy. Don't think there's a 10-pin bowling alley I think someone said there used to be. There might still be one. There's a lot goes on in Dumaguete I don't know about, but I don't think there's 10-pin bowling. But I like that Batang. You know, it's if you practice enough, you can get quite good at it. I never have done. I'm not good at it. But there are some guys I've noticed who like came about 4 or 5 months ago, started going and go religiously, and it's amazing how much better they've got. They really have got a lot better. You wouldn't be able to do that with darts, you know, or something like that. You know, I think if you just go for like a few months solidly, and I think they go down and practice a little bit, it's quite easy to pick up. Mike Thompson, watch a documentary on BBC iPlayer. It's called Dangerous Thailand. Load of crap. Also portraits a YouTuber Mac too badly. Okay. It's called Dangerous Thailand. I don't think we get... Yeah, Patty is not that dangerous. I watched that. But yeah, they can paint terrible pictures of places if they want to. The Plastered Finger, evening all. Sorry I'm late. Been designing some furniture for my apartment. Only a couple of tables. It's very impressive, mate. You don't have to apologise for being late. We're just glad you've come. We're very relaxed and very informal. You know, you don't have to be here at any time. What a talented guy you are. You're designing your own tables. Mind you, I think I could design a table. I think I'd give it 4 legs and a flat surface. I could do that with a pen and paper. Couldn't make it or anything like that. Scott Gein, hey Simon, how you doing? Just finished arm wrestling session. You're an arm wrestler, are you, Scott? I am. There you go. You're off for the surprises. Mind you, I think you mentioned that, but actually I take that back. You're not for the surprises. You mentioned that before. Well, there you go. Don't think they do much arm wrestling over here. I've never heard of an arm wrestling club. I imagine we're all a bit too old for that. Jim, hi, Plastered Finger. Glenn, hi, PF. Jim Pendergast, lawn bowls. Hold on, I've skipped a few of them. I do apologise. Lawn bowls are great for us oldies. Yeah, I think I'd like lawn bowls. I think I'd, you know, yeah. But it's just one of those things, isn't it? It's not really a thing you do in the UK, is it? Unless you're a member of a club, you know. I think it's a bit like golf clubs, isn't it? You know, it's a bit cliquey. You've got to like join. I don't think you can just turn up and bowl. You might be able to, I don't know. Nothing. That's not something I've ever done. Raining Blood, Plastered Finger. 10-pin, the closest alley to us is in the CSI in Dagupan. There you go. Yeah, I think someone said, I'm sure there isn't one in Dumaguete the more I think about it, but I think there might have been one once. I'm sure someone said there used to be. Not sure if that's true though. Raining Blood, there's a few episodes of Banged Up Abroad that feature Thailand. Good episodes. Yeah, it's like Banged Up Abroad. I used to watch that quite a lot. It's, yeah, I always find it interesting. It's always a fear as an expat you're going to end up in a foreign prison. Yeah, you hope not to, but it could happen. Raining Blood, they are YouTube. Okay. Adam Fenton, I enjoyed the Paul's Asian Adventure interview. Are you two buddies or just YouTube acquaintances? Well, I've met him a couple of times. No, we just bumped into him as a coincidence. We bumped into each other about 2 weeks ago by surprise. Yeah, he interviewed me. He's done a couple of interviews with me, but he's not put them on his channel yet. So, yeah, but he's in Thailand now. He left on Sunday. He has gone. No longer in the Philippines. Jack Star, I have to go, brother. Catch you on the south side. Hey, Jack, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, stay safe, be lucky, and thank you so much for the super generous super chat. Much appreciated, brother. Stay safe, mate. Catch you on the next one, I hope. Scott Green, hey, Jack Star, hope you're well from New Zealand. He's gone, mate, by the looks of it. Ricky, as a working class Yorkshire lad, only the rugby is the only sport play and watch. And I'm guessing that must be league, not union. Or maybe you watch both. Glenn, my parents used to be into lawn bowling. Yeah, I imagine it was much bigger. It's a bit of a niche thing these days, isn't it? I mean, I've seen a few towns, I've lived in places where they've got a lawn green club, but I don't imagine it gets particularly busy. But it's a good way, at a certain age, seems like a great sport. Have you played it then, Jim? Are you a player? I don't mean a player in the player sense. I mean, do you play bowls? Plastered Finger. I've made a few things over the years, from a chest of drawers for my daughter, also a canoe and a mirror dinghy and a teardrop caravan. Wow, that is very impressive, mate. That is very impressive. I couldn't do any of those. My woodwork skills are not great. I mean, I've made stuff on my parents' farm, like frames and things and bits and bobs for the animals and that. But you haven't had to worry too much about angles being perfect and everything sanded down and smooth. I couldn't make a chest of drawers. That's very skillful. My old man's into his woodwork over the years. He makes, when he's not working on the farm, he's got his little wood shed and he makes spoons and things and stuff like that. So he could probably make one, but yeah. He finds it relaxing. I'd find that very stressful doing stuff like that, if it wasn't coming together how I would like it. Glenn, see you, Jack. Jim was a member of Royal Mid-Surrey Bowls Club, but many clubs are without being a member. Are they? That's interesting. Ricky, Rugby League, of course. I can see you in your whites, Jim. I bet you look the part, mate. Do you wear I'm not being funny, but do you wear a cap? I often notice that a lot of bowlers, they seem to wear the old caps. I got where we are now. Ricky, Rugby League, of course. Yeah, I think I read that out, didn't I? Jim, yes, I do play, but been 4 years now since playing. Well, there you go, mate. You've got to, you can't really do it over here, can you? But you could get a set of patangs, the French ones. Get a little gravel pit outside your house. You get something going there, mate. Get all the locals involved. You could have your little patang league. I'm not joking. I'm serious. One of the guys, I think it was Jerry, he hasn't been on for a while. He was saying, why does nowhere play horseshoes in Dumagetti? He's right, I don't know why they don't. I should mention that to someone, actually, because I've never played it. It wouldn't be for me, but I'm sure there'd be a few Americans who'd like to play horseshoes. I say it wouldn't be for me. I didn't think patang was for me until I played it. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Patang, patangi. Glenn, here we have bowls clubs almost on every corner here. Really? Well, there you go. There you go. I think the last one I saw was in Chesterfield. And I was visiting some people up there and they lived next to a bowls, well, not next to one, a couple of 100 metres away. But there you go. I didn't know they were that prevalent. Shows what I know. You must live in a posh part of town, Glenn. Ricky, what did you think of regular guy doing Geo dirty by doing an interview with Maya behind his back in Duma? I didn't think anything of it. I didn't know he had. I didn't watch it. I don't really watch many vlogs. Over here. Not many people who actually live here watch the vlogs. I watch Brent's. Not as much. I do watch it quite regularly, but I haven't watched it for a while. I've been busy, but I've not watched a Geo vlog in, I don't know, a couple of years. And I haven't watched a regular guy one in a couple of years. So I know that Maya, was it Maya? Oh, it's Mia, who's Paul's girlfriend's Mia, isn't it? A wife, rather, is Mia. Maya, no view on it, mate. I don't know what was said, don't know what was done, don't know anything about it. Jim Pendergrass, no uniform, only for competitions. Well, there you go. The art chairs. How are you, Simon? Any trips planned? We were talking about going to, it's fallen through. There was talk we were going to go to Sikihor this weekend because there is a brownout on Sunday, and it seemed like a good idea to get away for the brownout. But then someone's got a party on Sunday, so a couple of people dropped out because of that, because they didn't want to miss the party. And I think we're going to use the Sunday as, I think we're going to move, because be a good day to get the stuff done. So that Sikihor fell through, and now we're going away for Vietnam over Christmas. I don't think we'll have another trip away, because one of the guys we're going on holiday with, he was going to go, it was his idea to go to Sikihor, and he doesn't really want to do anything now. We're going away in December. And the other guy that's coming to Vietnam, he's kind of like takes the view that he's fed up going places in the Philippines. It's all same. He'd rather take trips abroad. And to be honest with you, I think I'm a bit like that, you know. It's there's nowhere I get excited about going in the Philippines, to be honest with you. Well, I'm going to Palawan, but it's such a ball ache. You've got to fly here, you've got to fly there, you've got to fly back, you know. It's so in answer to your question, no, it's a long answer, wasn't it? Yeah, December to Vietnam, that's our only thing we got planned. Okay, Billy, it's getting so hard to get a retirement visa in Thailand. I may need to move to the fields. Well, I was talking to, I called Paul out for that. I don't know if it was in his interview with me or, yeah, it was when he interviewed me. He was saying it was hard and you couldn't get them these days. So you can still get them. Can you not get them, the dodgy ones anymore then? Is that right? I don't know. I thought they'd always find a way around that in Pattaya, because if they can't sort out the dodgy visas anymore, they're not dodgy, they're legal visas. They just pay a backhander to the immigration people. But if they can't do that, there will be a lot of visa agencies going under in Pattaya, because you don't need a visa agent. You can do it yourself, can't you? I mean, if you've got the money and the funds and things, why do you need a visa agent? So if they can't do any dodgy things for you, then presumably that's them out of business. I'm guessing that it's got harder then. Well, don't know what to say to you, mate. But surely if you've got them financial requirements, I mean, they haven't changed the requirements, have they? You can still get one. If not, come to the Philippines. I prefer the Philippines to Thailand. Not competition, but I'm happy here. I mean, it would be no, you know, don't look at it. Don't know if you've been to the Philippines or not before. But touch wood, they're not going to make it harder for visas here. Jim, 6 bowls clubs nearby. Wow. There you go. I live and learn. Glenn, no, just a coastal town that is popular for seniors. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. I bet you live in a posh part anyway, mate. I know you do, Glenn. You're just low key about it, mate. You got a mansion by the sea. The art chairs. Where's the lovely Ellen? I don't know. She's somewhere in the house. I think she might be washing or doing something. I can hear movement, but not quite sure. She was eating, but I think she's moved on to bigger and better things. I think she's probably cleaning the bathroom. She's been very industrious the last few days. She's washing windows and doing all bits and bobs to for when we hand the house over. And Fente, has there been any talk in your feed about the flood money corruption that Marcus is dealing with now? Any talk in my feed? That sounds very technical. Not quite sure what you mean by that. No, I've heard there's been some demonstrations and there's been some stuff going on in Manila, because apparently there's demonstrations in Indonesia and that as well. There's quite a lot going on about corruption at the moment, but that was just watching on some news channels. That's a lie. One of the guys sent me a link about it, but I didn't know if that was to do with flood money or you know, no idea what that was about. But no, it's not something I've heard a lot about. Certainly not much going about it in Dumaguete. And most of the circles I move in there, they're not really interested in Philippine politics. So, put it this way, if there's a scandal, I've got to watch what I say when I'm living here. But I would not be surprised if there's corruption. I'd be amazed if there wasn't, and I wouldn't be surprised if people you might have mentioned have been found out for being involved in a scheme, because it's rife. I'm saying no more. But I will have a look on that. I'll Google it later. I'll have a little see what's going on, Adam, because it sounds interesting. Ricky, okay, Billy, Phil's is not for faint-hearted. In Thailand, brownouts are unheard of, whereas a regular thing in places like Duma. Yeah, but you're right. You are right, but it is incredibly easy to deal with them. You know, they're not, I mean, ours, we live in a very bad area. We live in a place called Combado, which is, we're near the city, and we are, but we're one of the worst areas. Where we're moving to is very close to the main road. Not close enough for traffic to be a problem, but you tend to get less issues. But the reality is, everyone I know who lives here, the brownouts are an irrelevance. You know, when they say they're going away because of brownout weekend, it's just because people tend to go and do stuff on brownouts. I don't know why, but nearly everyone I know has got a generator. You know, a lot of them got solar panels. So, and now us, I mean, we still haven't got the generator for the mountain, but since I've got that, I don't know what you call it, power pack, and we got the UPS, they're not really a problem. You know, it goes off, the internet stays up because we got the UPS. Still got, you know, fans if we want them, or cook something, you know, with a power bank. I mean, not really yet. We do get brownouts here, but if you were living here, all you got to do is buy a generator, a couple of solar fans or whatever. You're laughing. It's not an issue. And all of the bars, the expat bars, etc., they've all got generators. So it's not like you're stuck, you know, in the dark for like 24 hours and everywhere shut down or where, you know, life goes on. Life goes on. A lot of the time when we've had brownouts, we haven't even realised, you know, we've been out and about doing stuff. It's only when you get back to the house and open the door and suddenly realise the lights aren't on. You know, you've been oblivious, and then you plug your power pack in that end, you talk to the neighbour, say, how long's the power been off? So, like 6 or 7 hours. We haven't noticed. Okay, Billy, you can't get a bank account on a tourist visa. You need to start the visa process in your home country. That's a pain in the arse, isn't it? I have a Thai bank account. I doubt I do anymore. I never closed it, but I've not accessed it in years. No, the cards have all run out. But anyway, I wonder why they're doing that then. It seems strange that they are doing that, given that they're starting, you know, they've got this plan to tax expats. You think they would be encouraging people now they see them as a tax revenue, but there you go. One thing about the Philippines is you are welcome here. They want you. I know you'll get a few Filipinos in the comments saying, why don't you all go back, blah, 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 but the government wants us here. Why they make the 36 visa extensions and things, you know, they see us as a, rightly or wrongly, as bringing money into the country. Future Filipino 555. Love the accent, mate. Can you say bottle of water? I can say bottle of water for you. How's that sound? Amazing how many of the Filipinos find it funny when I say bottle or water. Whenever I do the quiz and a question on water, you'll suddenly get all these like little voices, all the wives, and they go, water, water. Don't know what it is. Easy to speak with my accent. Just remove the T's on any word. Glenn, no posh here, Jim. 9 clubs here, LOL. Jim, looking forward to your interview with Glenn. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm looking forward to interviewing Glenn. I'm looking forward to interviewing Tim. I'm looking forward to interviewing Jack. I'm doing an interview tomorrow, actually. I'm going into town to interview a New Zealand friend of mine, and he might be watching. Scottish guy called Lachlan. I haven't asked him yet. If you are there, Lachlan, I'm going to tap you up later and see if I can interview you after I've interviewed Don, because it'd be interesting to see. I interviewed Lachlan a while ago, but the sound wasn't great, and his plan was to come here for 6 months, see what he thought about the Philippines, whether it was for him or not. So I want to interview him now 6 months on and see what he thinks of it, because without spoiler alerts, he has been on a roller coaster of disaster to triumph, and his opinions, I'm sure, have changed greatly on the Philippines from when he first arrived. But I'll say no more, it'll ruin the interview. And I'm guessing that's what he's going to say. He might say something completely different. Ricky, Are you buddies with Phil from Big World Cinema? No, absolutely not. He seems like a nice guy. He sent me in the comments once when I was lamenting an issue I was having with YouTube. He sent me a message saying, you know, just keep doing what you're doing, you know, create the content you want, which was very, very nice of him. But that was the only contact I've ever had with him. I've never spoken to him. I've never, you know, never met him. Just that one message, which was nice of him to reach out like that. I mean, he seems like a nice guy. But I think he stopped YouTube now, hasn't he? I'm sure I watched one of his videos a while back, and isn't he not knocking it on the head? Have I got that mixed up? Adam Fenter, yeah, I heard about Indonesia as well, as I observed the Thai-Cambodian issue earlier this year. Seems to me that the youth in Southeast Asia are tired of corruption. Yeah, well they are, and rightly so. You know, they know what's going on. They've got the internet and things, but it's going to be a hard slog to get change in any of these countries. There's certainly not a strong enough movement here, nowhere near. Apathy is massive here. So it's going to be very difficult in Thailand as well. I mean, the army, they hold a tight grip of things. They pretend not to, but they do. They run everything over there, and they're not going to give up power anytime soon. It's like now with this. Yeah, that's another thing. Adun's now prime minister, isn't it? Okay, Billy, that might give you some problems, because I don't know how long you've been over there, what you know about Adun, but he hates us. You know, I remember in COVID, he was trying to blame, it wasn't China, it was us dirty Westerners who had brought the disease in and we were spreading it, and he wants us out. And I thought after he got the old thing legalised, I thought that was him over. But I was watching Tim Newton the other day, and they put him back in charge, and he's replaced Texin. But hold on a minute, got to try and find my what have I done with my snooze? There we go. Yeah, so that is bad. And I saw he was back in power. I thought, God, I don't think he'll win the next election though. But if he does, wow. And what's happened to Peter? Was Peter going to stand again? Because he won the last election, didn't he? Okay, Billy, how do you commute? Do you have a car or a motorbike? I need to live in a city like Davao or Cebu. Toying with the idea of buying a car. I don't think I'll buy one. I'm going to have to go back to the UK at some stage for a few months just to sort some things out and see some people I haven't seen for a while. It won't be a long, but I am going to have to go back for a while. One of the reasons why we're moving, because I want Ellen to be equipped to be able to you know, live there and be able to get in and out. Because the beauty of where we're living, because she still hasn't learned to ride the scooter. We've got friends who say they're going to teach her, but we're too far out in the road here now. But where we are, we're only like a couple of 100 metres from the main road. So she can get buses and that into town and things. But no, at the moment we've got a scooter. I've never been to Davao, but really, you want to move to Cebu, mate? Wouldn't be for me, that place. You know, it is so anyway, up to you. But no, I've heard mixed reviews of Davao. I know a couple of people who said it's fantastic. I don't know a couple of people that hate it. So, you know, I don't know if you've been to these places. You'll have to try. But yeah, we just use a scooter. Glenn, I thought you'd already interviewed Lachlan. Follow-ups are virtually always very interesting. Well, rely on me to end that trend, mate. Yeah, no, I've interviewed him once, but the sound weren't great. And the point of that interview was he'd come here to give it 6 months to decide if it's the place he wanted to live. And if he did, he was going to go back work for a few years and then come back. Or if it wasn't for him, he'd find somewhere else. So it'd be interesting to find out what decision he has actually come to. Well, that's the point of the interview anyway. Ricky, no, he is still on YouTube. He left the Philippines, now vlogs travels in Indonesia. Okay, well, that's what it was then. I thought he was saying that, yeah, that's actually, now you're right, yes, because he was saying goodbye to the Philippines. Yeah, that's okay, I get it now. I thought he was saying goodbye to the Philippines and it was the end of his vlogging. Right, got you, makes sense now. Should watch him, he's got decent content. Yeah, but I think I probably only watched 2 or 3 of his vlogs, but I quite enjoyed them. You know, it's, I don't know, there's just so many vloggers these days. You watch one thing, I'll watch him again, but then you end up watching, you know, it's hard to get. I used to watch Old Dogs religiously. I haven't watched him in years. Nothing against him, I just don't watch vlogs anymore. It's not really a lot you can learn about the Philippines. You need to learn when you're living here. You know, I tend to watch vlogs on other things. So we've got no Jack Star now. We've got 19 likes, and we only got 19 watching and 14 likes. Just pretend I'm Jack Star when I say, spread the love, guys. Hit the like button. There you go. Never works when I do it. Works when Jack does it. Well, I got another like. That's good. Maybe it does work. Okay, Billy. What do you see the main differences dating a Peni versus a Thai? You can't really generalise. Depends on where you are or what you're doing. I mean, there's a lot of similarities. There is a lot of differences. Yeah, average. I mean, language would be one. Obviously, if you're one of the benefits of here, if you're going to go like live out in the provinces or things, you meet a girl, she's going to have a level of English. Obviously, if you go to the provinces in Thailand, far less likely to be able to speak English. But obviously, if you're a bar girl or someone from the Philippines, you know, from Pattaya or Bangkok or wherever, they're going to speak English. They tend to be more conservative here on the whole, in the sense that they tend to be looking for a long-term relationship and a commitment, but not all. There's lots of girls who aren't looking for that, are looking for short-term fun. Not really that much difference. Depends where you go, depends on your age. One thing is, I think a lot of the women here are much more likely to put up with a bigger age gap than they are in Thailand. You know, the days, in my experience in Thailand, of seeing like a 40-year age gap, very rare to see that in Thailand these days. You'd have to have a lot of money to attract a woman that age, whereas that still goes on here, but not really much difference. Not much difference between any Southeast Asian country. I mean, I always found Cambodia one of the hardest because I found them very conservative. But and it depends where you go. It's like here, Dumaguete, it's quite a relaxed place. It's quite chilled dating people here. You know, they'll turn up by themselves. You'll go on a date with them. Go to Sikyo and parts of Cebu, chaperones and things get involved sometimes. You know, it's it's not. Yeah, so I mean, it really depends where you are, who you are, how old you are, how old she is, what island. It's very different. If you do come here though, Billy, I tell you now, you will find out within a first week, if you've never been, I don't know if you've ever been here before, but if you haven't, you're going to think for the first couple of months, I've made a terrible mistake coming here. This is not Thailand. It takes time to get used to it. But I have certainly found, I prefer it now, but it took a long time to get, you've got to give it time. And a lot of the guys I know here, they had lived in Thailand before and ended up here because they'd met women from Dumaguete or whatever, and they did not like it. And they said themselves, for the first year they hated it. A couple of them still don't like it very much. But the others wouldn't go back to Thailand. You know, it takes time to get into the Philippines routine and the way of life here. Hold on, my thing's panning down. I've lost all my chat now. Okay, Billy, I plan to do the same, give the Philippines 6 months, hence when I want to live in a vibrant city, more dating options. Well, in Dumaguete, you're not going to find it hard to meet women, mate. I mean, you're just not. I mean, a lot of people say, one thing I like about Dumaguete for dating is you do not get women throwing yourselves at you here. And I prefer that. You know, in Cebu, you're walking along and women are smiling, they'll say hello, all that kind of stuff. I can't be doing with that because, you know, they're after one thing, they're after the old Western idea. I like the fact here that they don't push it. You make the first move though, you're being like Flynn. It's very hard, you know, I get what you're saying. You know, you might not want a small place like this, but, you know, if you notice, there's been a pattern to the guys I've interviewed recently. A lot of people, they lived in Cebu. I've got many friends who lived in Cebu, and I've got some who lived in Davao. Didn't like it. The guy I interviewed the other week, I can't think of his name, it was Alex. He's gone back to Davao, he came from Davao, he's lived in a few places. Dumaguete was his favourite, you know, Cebu is just so plastic. It's literally shopping mall, slum, shopping mall, slum, shopping mall. it is, you've got 6 or 7 nice shopping malls are there, your thing, but in between them, it's basically slums. And the congestion, the traffic is so heavy, it can take you an hour just to go a couple of kilometres. I can't be doing with all that. Glenn, 17 now. Yes, mate, it is. 17, 22 and 17. You're right. Edging up there slowly. Jim, much easier to like at the start. What is? Are we talking about Philippines or Thailand there, Jim? Adam Fonte, I stayed in Cebu for 3 months total. I have many fond memories there, but I couldn't see it as a place where I would thrive at this point in my life. Now, I'm guessing you're saying Cebu City, are you? Because that's always a confusing bit, because obviously Cebu's got, you know, Cebu's the island. But, yeah, I'm no expert on Cebu. I've been to Oslo twice now. I've been to Molbol twice now. And I've been to Cebu City once. I'm done with Cebu, to be honest with you. I didn't like Molbol. To me, Sikihor beats Molbol, you know, as a tourist destination, if you want a beach and you want to do things. I thought that Molbol was too saturated, you know, too touristy. It didn't really feel like Thailand. Overpriced, not a fan. Oslo, gosh, like a ghost town after dark. Cebu City, no, I'm sure there is more to Cebu than those 3 places, but not for me. I don't wish to find out. Adam, fond memories, lovely Filipinos. There are a lot of lovely Filipinos over here. Okay, Billy, I found a Pinay, a more clingy, jealous, seem to show more affection, which is good. Depends on, let's see, it depends on, you know, I'm no expert. I went out on a few dates, but I've only had a couple of girlfriends over here. And one of them was a gold digger. And the other one is Ellen now. And one thing Ellen isn't is jealous or clingy. So, I mean, I am no expert on it. Glenn, 18, it's working. 20, mate, 18, it's 20. We have more likes than viewers now. 18 viewers, 20 likes. Appreciate the likes, chaps. Thank you very much. I'll tell you what's interesting. People take the likes. YouTube is doing some very strange things with my channel recently. It's taking views and likes away from me. Because I like that. And when we finished the live the other day, within 5 minutes of the video ending, I had 32 likes. And then I looked a couple of hours later, I was down to 28. And you're thinking, how has that happened? Because the people who put the likes up must have been watching it. Have they come back and removed them? Strange things. The other day I was working on something and I've got the algorithm, it tells you what you're doing. I had, I don't know, 52 views an hour or something like that. And then it recalibrated and it went down to 46. So you're sitting there thinking, how is that happening? It doesn't make a lot of sense. And if they are really taking them away, and that conspiracy theory now, and they're doing that to every channel, just like, you know, obviously the likes affect the views and that affect the revenue, you know. They could be pocketing a fair penny. Anyway, I was saying, well, I don't want to get a ban from YouTube. Okay, Billy, I appreciate your advice. Thanks, mate. It's a pleasure, mate. That's what we're here for. Glenn, I like Davao, but that was years ago. Yeah, Davao is supposed to be a very clean city. It's supposed to have low crime rates and it's supposed to be on top of everything. But I don't like that. You know, it's like when I spoke to people who live there, they're saying it's really clean and the rubbish gets collected away, but they're strict on the music in the bars and that, you know, bands have to stop at a certain time and you can't do this. And if you're smoking outside, they'll fine you and all that kind of stuff. You know, I don't want that. I don't want that. I'd rather have it a bit more rough and ready and a bit more laid back than that. I don't want to be, and that's supposed to be it, you know, that the reason it is the way it is, the crime is so low and it's so clean and all that, is because they're quite, you know, officious. They draconian and far more draconian there than they are in other cities, and that's just basically put me off. Plus, I don't have an option to move anywhere else. I don't want to. I'm happy here, but like most people who come here, you end up staying, you know, where your relationship is. You know, Elodie's not going to want to move to another island because she goes to see Kayla. You know, once a week she goes home. She's going to go home this Friday. So, you know, couldn't do that on another island. But I'm happy. I like it here. It's, I'm aren't so many guys who can just pick which one to go to. I mean, I could have done before, but now I'm happy here. But, you know, you really end up wherever you end up and make the most of it. Okay, Bilo, Davao, I'm told there are less expats, which is good. No idea whether that's true or not. No idea, mate. No idea. So never been. Interesting. I thought it was quite a popular destination for expats, to be honest with you. But I mean, it depends what you think too many expats are. I mean, a lot of people turn around and say, like, Dumagetti, too many expats wouldn't go there, it's flooded. We make up just over 2% of the population here. So you've got 2%, so 2 in every 100. And you've got to bear in mind, a lot of those people are of an age, you don't see them out. You know what I mean? They're like, you know, ending their day, shall we say, in their homes, not really travelling. So, I mean, you know, so I'd be amazed to find a city which is overrun with expats in the Philippines. I mean, there's only, you think about it, there's 7,000 islands, population of 120 million or whatever it is. I think it's 116 million. There's less than 5 million expats in the whole of the Philippines. So, and they're not all like, you know, Westerners. That's including Chinese and South Koreans. So nowhere is like, you know, heaving with nothing but expats. Jim, got ya. Likes for your video. Got you, mate. Now I know what you mean. Now I know what you mean. It's building up. Glenn, 21 here. Well, I'm on 20 here, so I don't know what's happening there. Adam Fente, socialist likes. They take your likes and give it to a Filipino YouTuber. Probably. That's probably what they do. Probably. Wouldn't surprise you. Nothing would surprise me in this day and age. Well, have the comments dried up? I'll keep going for a bit longer. Still got my coffee. They're not showing on my laptop. See, sometimes if they're not showing on the phone, I just think they've... God, the last one on my phone is Jackstar, bingo social days, and that was like an hour ago. I don't know why my phone's no good for that. It's a good job I got the laptop. But no more comments. Can people hear me? I'm starting to worry now. We've lost the feed and I don't know about it. State of my hair. It's all over the place. We had quite a late night last night. Oh, here we go. Adam Fente. Did you meet Ellen in Siquijor? No, I met Ellen in Dumagetti before I went over to Siquijor. Yeah, Ellen's only been to Siquijor once. No, I think she went once before she met me many moons ago. She only came over once to see me for my birthday. But no, she's, I didn't meet her in Siquijor. There aren't many women in Siquijor. And when you ask them out, they will invariably turn up with a chaperone. And word gets around the island very quickly. You know, it's one of the worst aspects of it, you know. You'd sneeze in a rum bar and they'd say, bless you, and get wrecked. Everyone knew your business. Glenn, do not touch base. Do you touch base with any of your buddies from Siquijor? No, I don't have any buddies in Siquijor, really. I have a girlfriend over there. When I say girlfriend, not a girlfriend as in a girl who's a friend, a Filipina Lee. Talk to her quite a lot. She's selling a hotel, and yeah, so I talked to her. I've been talking to her a couple of times this week because she chat with her. I haven't spoken to Paul in ages, and haven't spoken to Robert in a long time. No, I've kind of lost. I've kind of lost touch with everyone over there. Jim Pendergrass, Cebu or big cities don't interest me. Love the quiet life. I had two good Filipino friends over there, but they left. They're working in Europe now. They became overseas workers. I've still got some friends over there, but no one that I'm talking to regularly. I mean, I wish Paul a happy birthday. I wish me a happy birthday. you know, I get, when my attacker got sick, a few people messaged me to tell me what had happened and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I still am, but I'm not chatting to anyone regularly. I'm not in regular contact. Jim Pendergrass, Cebu or big cities don't interest me. Love the quiet life. Yeah, I don't. They don't interest me either, mate. But they do interest some people. But it's always for courses. You know, you love where you are, and it looks fantastic. Don't get me wrong, Jim. You know, it looks lovely. You've got the beach, got a lovely house, and all the rest of it. But that would be too quiet for me. I couldn't do that, and I couldn't do a big city. To me, Dumagetti ticks all the boxes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd like it to be better in many ways. But I like the fact that we got a couple of shopping malls, a couple of big supermarkets, you know, we got the nightlife on the boulevard and the expat bars and that. There's nowhere in the city you can't get to within 5 minutes. I mean, Dumagetti is the most densely populated city in the Philippines. It's only a few kilometres, it's tiny. So everywhere is, you know, reachable very quickly if you've got a scooter. So I like that. Cebu was too quiet, not Cebu, Sikil was too quiet for me. It was too small. It was, you know, just such an effort to get everything, you know. Yeah. Plaster Finger, this car you're thinking of buying, will it be new? I'm thinking of buying a second-hand bike, but I hear it can be a bit of a pain to register or change names. You can do. It's not as hard. I mean, you'll always hear the horror stories. If you buy off an expat, it's not going to be that difficult. No, if I get a car, it will be second-hand. I was going to get a brand new one. I was looking at one stage, but the reality is they don't lose their prices over here. And a lot of the people you go and visit, you're going to end up going down to, I don't want a big 4x4. I was going to get like, you know, I'd get a hatchback or a little, I was looking at the MGs a few months ago, but you're just going to fuck it up, you know, on the roads and things. And the reality is, if you get a decent set, they can fix anything here. Many moons ago, I had when I went back to England for a little while, I bought a Red Oak Clio, just to bang around. I was there for a couple of months. I thought I'll just drive it around and then I'll sell it before I go. And about 2 weeks before I was about to go, the head gasket went. My fault. I'd been doing a lot of miles. I've been like driving around the country, you know, and I hadn't looked after. I did a hell of a lot of miles on that. And the head gasket went. Fortunately, it went when I was at a house, so I didn't break down, but called the old RAC out and they said it was like screwed. Phoned a couple of garages. I said, because I thought, well, maybe get it fixed and sell it. None of them were interested in touching it. None of them were interested in touching it. So it was beyond economic repair. It would take 3 or 4 days labour. Wasn't worth it. So I ended up scrapping it for £300-400 or something like that. But I've always thought things like a head gasket, you know, that's the end of the car. But a few weeks ago, a few months ago now, I was up with a mate. He's got a garage up the road. I'd love to interview him. He's been here 30 years. A hell of a lot of stories, Ray. And they were working on a car, a couple of Filipinos. And I said, what's wrong with that? He said, the head gasket's gone. I said, well, is that not a write-off? He said, no, we fixed it. I said, how much was that then? It was something like 200 quid. You know, they'd replaced the whole thing. Because labour's so cheap over here. So the reality is, you know, people say, oh, you don't want to get this because the engine might have been taken or this might. It's so cheap to get things fixed over here. It really doesn't matter. You know, it's like second-hand bike. You know, you buy a bike and the engine's been thrashed, put a new one on it for a couple of £100. I mean, it's just so cheap. Doesn't make any sense to get a brand new car. The only way I have when I get a second one is I'd buy it probably from an expat because you just want to make sure that the papers are all legal, it hasn't been stolen or something like that. But in terms of mechanical, the things you would worry about in the UK, you really don't want to worry about over here. They'll fix it. That's just my take on it anyway. I don't know anyone here who's got new cars. And a lot of those guys have got money, but they just don't see the point. You know what I mean? They just doesn't seem any point getting a brand new car here. Adam Fenton, interesting. Was there anything about her specifically that led you to a relationship? I asked because I met so many decent women in the Philippines, but none motivated me to stick around. Well, then it didn't motivate me to stick around. I was going to be here for 2 years anyway. No, we had a very, very slow burn. We went out on a date, met her, didn't really have anything. I was doing a lot of dating in those days. I joined Tinder and I was like, you know, meeting people regularly. And I met her, we went out, we had lunch. And then we spoke a couple of times on on like messages, Facebook or whatever. And then one night she messaged me and she said she was in town at there was something going on the boulevard. Did I want to come down and meet her? And I went down and met her, and then the relationship moved to another level. We were kind of seeing each other a couple of weeks. But then I was moving to Sigil. So I didn't see her for, well, no, that's a lie. I went to Sigil for a month, then I came back, and then I spent a month with her. And then I moved to Sigil properly, full time. I didn't see her for a few months. She came over for her birthday, that was it. But I had decided that the Philippines, that Dumaguete wasn't for me. And then I came back, but I thought I'd give it a month here, spend a bit of time with her, because I hadn't really seen her in the last few months. And it's grown, the relationship, you know, neither of us were really looking for a long-term relationship. It just kind of happened, and you know, the rest is history. But you probably haven't been here long enough for that to happen to you, mate. You know what I mean? It's like, it's, you know, if you're only there for a few months, you're doing this or whatever, that's not going to happen. But it's suddenly you realise one day that, you know, you're living together and you're probably going to stay together for a long time. It just happens. Jim, same as me, PF. Jim, agree, Simon, but our enormous family makes it for me, but must admit, does get a bit stir-crazy sometimes. Yeah, but it's also, of course, mate. I mean, you are doing the whole family thing. You're living a different life to me. I mean, I've never met Helen's, well, obviously I know Kayla, the daughter, but I've never had any, I've met a couple of her cousins, but I've never had anything to do with the other family. I've never been to the house or whatever. So, I mean, you know, if I've got really well, you know, I mean, it's always, of course, you're living like, you know, the traditional thingy life, right by the sea, doing your stream, you know, it's yeah. I can totally understand why you love it. Yeah, we're just in different situations, aren't we, mate? That's the reality of it. The plaster finger, thinking of buying a second-hand bike from a dealer, so I hope it still doesn't have outstanding HP on it. Well, if you get it from a dealer, it will have outstanding HP on it, won't it? I mean, but you'll either take that over or they'll buy it. See, what I've noticed, I don't know if you've spoken to any dealers, but bizarrely here, it's very hard to buy a second-hand bike from a dealer without you going on HP. They won't sell you them for cash. You know, they won't. I mean, they happen to Brent. Well, I mean, we bought a brand new one. If you go in and you want to buy a brand new one, they'll take cash for that. They'll only knock like, I don't know, 2,000 pesos. So it's not like the UK, you say I'm paying cash and they'll knock a lot off. They don't do that here. They knock very little off. But I know a lot of people, they've tried to buy second-hand bikes from dealers and they won't sell them. You know, because they know they'll wait for a Filipina who has to get the HP because they'll make more money out of it selling it to them because of the HP. They just don't want to sell cash. And so I know several people that's happened to, and they've ended up buying brand new ones. But the ones who want second-hand bikes, there's always an expat selling a bike. You know, a lot of them, they'll pass bikes between themselves, sell them that way. But maybe it's different where you are, mate. You know, I don't know. But certainly in Dumaguete, it's not easy to buy a second-hand bike from a garage. And in fact, it makes sense. I think that's the great thing about the Philippines. It's more fun in the Philippines for sure. It's sometimes. I do think that is a ridiculous, advertising slogan, no more fun in the Philippines. Glenn, you got the Jenny yet, or will it be delivered to the new place? No, we haven't. It's still stuck up the mountain. But we've not needed it. We've not had many brownouts. It's strange because you'll go for a stage where you've got like, 2 or 3 a week for like an hour, 10 minutes or whatever. But they're not a problem with what we got now in terms of the power pack and the UPS. But when I spoke to the guy we got the new house off, because he's done everything in terms of that place. He's fitting a water tank. He's done so much work on it. I said, how come you didn't get a generator? And he said, we rarely have brownouts here, because it's only the scheduled ones that are a problem, because they'll be off for like 12 hours. But we haven't had one since we got back from Thailand. There is supposed to be one on the 14th, but they have this terrible habit of telling you one's coming. People arrange to go away, and then they just schedule it another time. So we will get the Jenny down at some stage, I guess, because it's there and it's not doing anything. But no, we haven't got it down yet. It's up the mountain until her brother decides to bring it down in his car. Apparently he's got car problems. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. or I get off my arse and get a friend to drive me up there and pick it up. But no, we haven't got it yet, mate. Well, we got 21 likes, 14 views. I'm going to knock it on the head soon, chaps, because my coffee has almost run out, and I think Ellen's too busy to make me another one. So, what are you guys doing? Anything exciting? What kind of bike are you thinking about buying, Plastered Finger? You're going to get a car, and Jim, you talk about getting a car, you're going to get a driver. Will you be buying a brand new one, or will you get a second-hand one? 22 likes, we like that, we like that, we like that. It's amazing. I spend half the live trying to keep up with the chat, and then every time it reaches a point where it just stops. And I've started to realise that's my key to wind the evening up. And as soon as I say I'm going to wind the evening up, I'll be bombarded with comments and end up going for another half an hour. Adam Fente, I don't think I will ever learn to ride motorbikes in Southeast Asia. Why? It's just practice. Just practice. You know, it's you just got to take it slow for a while. You know, it's yeah. I mean, everyone's a bit shaky when they come here. I mean, I've got a couple of friends who, like, you know, they're into their super bikes and things. I mean, they were always bikers, but yeah, it's just practice, mate. It's just you know, it's I don't have any worries on the road these days. I mean, I will have an accident. Everyone does it. But what I mean is, like, you know, when I first got here, I was used to driving scooters, but I was living up in the mountains, so I didn't have the traffic like that. You know, when I first got to do Maghetti, there were the first couple of months I didn't want to drive in the city. You know, I was driving down from Valencia, parking in like LP Hyper or whatever, and then jumping on a trike, you know, one of the petty cabs, because I'll take you anywhere. I didn't want to drive in the centre. But now, I don't care. I'll drive anywhere, mate. I'm whizzing in and out, whizzing in and out. You know, you got to have a London attitude when you're driving here, mate. People will not give space for you. You've got to take it. You've got to own your section of the road. Jim, yeah, I think it will be new. Are you going to get a 4x4? What kind of thing you got? Because you're like, I don't know, what are you going to use it for? And what do you do when you go home? Leave it parked up? Because you don't have that much travelling around. I didn't think there were that many places to, you know, to go to where you are. Or you're going to be more adventurous when you get the car on the drive. You're going to, like, you know, go places for a couple of days, that kind of thing. Plastered Finger. Oh, I've defo had dealers refuse to give me a cash price, but this one has a cash price and it's quite an unusual bike. It's a 200cc. Okay, yeah. Well, you see, you've had the same problem. It's not just doing Maghetti then. It's all over. They don't want to do cash. I can understand why they don't want to do it, in the sense that, you know, they're going to make more if they get HP. But equally, you think sometimes I just, well, I might not make as much, but I get the bike out the showroom or wherever it is, you know, and get another one in, you know. But there you go. That is the Philippines. Glenn, Jim's UK chauffeur will come over with a roller. LOL. Yeah, joking, but it wouldn't surprise me. Jim's a bit of a dark horse. Wouldn't surprise me if he's got a chauffeur. You know, maybe not a Rolls Royce, probably a Bentley. I can see Jim in a Bentley. And if I saw a motorbike accident today here in Siem Reap, I'll take a tuk-tuk or a trike any day. Yeah. Oh, you do see a lot of motorbike accidents over here. You do. You'll see a couple a week. And they don't do anything here. They just leave the body lying in the middle of the road. They won't touch it. It's, you know, it's very strange. But hey, I don't drive fast. I mean, I have a friend over here who he drives bloody fast, and he has had a few mishaps, and he had one the other day, and I think that has given him the clue. Like, he said, I'm getting the car now. I can't keep doing this. And I think, well, okay, I hear you, but just drive a bit slower. Don't, because a couple of times he's supposed to follow me somewhere. He like speeds past, like he's going about 70k when I'm only going like 45, 50. And then he's having accidents. We'll do the maths. I mean, just go a bit slower. It's, Jim, yes, we'll be travelling more, hopefully some lovely places nearby. Well, perfect, mate, perfect. Yeah. Well, there you go. If you're doing that, then If I had a chauffeur and a car, a brand new car, I probably wouldn't mind even where you are, because I could be going out each night, half an hour here, half an hour, coming back again. That would be the high life, mate. Hopefully that person in Siem Reap. I don't think I ever saw an accident in Siem Reap. My recollection, I mean, God, it's a long time since I was there. I don't remember the traffic being that heavy. You know, it wasn't too bad there compared to a lot of places. But maybe it's changed. Maybe it's changed. Right, I'm going to wrap it out now, fellas. Thank you for joining us. Much appreciated. I hope you're all well and you have fantastic weeks. I'm going to try and get a couple of interviews done tomorrow, so I can, because we are going to be quite tied up for the next couple of weeks with a move. So that's why I'm trying to get things done. But we will do some lives. I'm not sure when. Shall we pick a day for next week? Shall we say Wednesday for the live next week? How does that sound? Wednesday next week. Or I'll put an announcement in the Facebook group. We'll either be Monday or Wednesday. Or maybe we'll even do both. There we go. See, I knew it. As soon as I start winding the old show up, we start getting them. I had a lot of fun on Tinder dates in the Philippines. So many times Filipina picked me up on the evening for a motorbike ride. Plaster finger. I rescued my mate's road king in Montenegro. He had a heart attack out there. That was a bit of a worry at times. Driving on the wrong side of the road and knowing it's his pride and joy. Yeah, I can imagine. I hope he was all right from the heart attack. Jim, see you soon. Yeah, see you soon, Jim. All the best, mate. Be lucky. Thanks for joining. And in front of you. Sounds good. Have a great night, everyone. Yeah, same to you, mate. Have a great night. Glenn, have a great evening. All the best for the move. Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. Mike, you've been very quiet tonight. Wednesday's good. Perfect. We'll go with Wednesday then. Right, well, there you go, everybody. I'm not going to read out the names and I'll say out the names. I'll always forget someone. But thanks for watching, everybody. Always very much appreciated. If you liked it, smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed, but you all have, it's just in case someone else watched it. I know you're all subscribers. Thanks for subscribing. And whether you do, whether you don't, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, stay safe and be lucky.